You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Behind the back! Are you serious? No hesitation on the shot. Mizrahi's feeling it. Make it 3 for 3. And Ciolino, see you later. Here's a chance for Sias, and there's a shot and a goal!
Will Spare will take it all the way! Touchdown Seahawks!
The extra look and the goal! A gorgeous goal by From John Duffy Court in the Bronx, New York this afternoon, the Varsity Media Sports Network presents this Catholic high school basketball showdown between the visitors from Xevarian High School and the host Cardinals of Cardinal Hayes. Today's broadcast brought to you by Patricia's of Morris Park, the finest Italian cuisine in the Bronx for more than 30 years, and the official meal of Cardinal Hayes Athletics. Stop by Patricia's for their delicious home-style pastas, wood-fire pizzas, and stylish family atmosphere. And John Perez, my broadcast partner, we are hungry for this showdown, certainly, and it's two teams right now that are playing a little bit different, coming off different results, right? Whereas Xevarian's a team that's won 3 straight. They're feeling pretty good about themselves coming up here. They like their balance, and Cardinal Hayes, they've been the top dog pretty much all year in the Catholic League, nationally ranked by multiple different websites, but coming off a difficult loss on Sunday to St. Francis Prep.
Well, if there's any team that's hungry right now, it has to be Cardinal Hayes, wanting to get that bad taste out of their mouth. Only 2 losses on the year, which you would think is not so bad. You're pacing at the right pace, up there with Stepanek as well. But this is a Hayes team that has a lot riding on their shoulders as well. They got a lot of adulation earlier on in the year, and for Cardinal Hayes, this is a team that will be very hungry going forward, and they've got a tough task against Xevarian, another team that, at times this year it would seem like 2 steps backwards and then 3 steps forward. A team that would be streaky, but they are balanced in their lineup. Good size out of Xevarian. It's going to be a fun matchup.
Let's look at our impact players here this afternoon, and we start with the visitors from Xevarian, and again, a pretty balanced team, a lot of guys to choose from. We're going with Spencer Mahoney here, the 6'8 junior. He can play out on the wing, he can pop out. We see the college interest as well, so a lot of eyes on Spencer Mahoney, the transfer from Iona Prep.
Yeah, particularly the 2 locals, Mike Anderson, Kevin Willard, squads both in action tonight, but they've seen plenty of tape on Spencer Mahoney. I really like his size. He's good on the perimeter. He's starting to get his legs under him, and Xevarian feels that he could be a player that they could rely on to make a deep postseason run.
What I like about our impact players is that they are almost mirror images of each other. Our impact player for Cardinal Hayes is their wing, Tariq Foster, and again, he's a senior, 6'7", similar abilities as a Spencer Mahoney. Maybe not on the perimeter as much as Spencer Mahoney, but he could take it to the basket. Big, strong, physical guy as well, so he could battle inside. 14-7 for Foster. And in our conversation with Joe Lode, said that really Tariq Foster was, kind of that bright spot for them in that loss to St. Francis Prep.
Yeah, Tariq Foster in a game that was not shaking well for Cardinal Hayes was the bright spot. He could step out and shoot it. I love his length as well, and there you see the interest from Rutgers, Quinnipiac, and Manhattan. It'll be interesting to see what his future is, but for Cardinal Hayes, it's their depth this year that has really carried them. Yes, Jackson, Victory, Owaka will get the main headlines, but it's really players like a Tariq Foster. Kind of has a little John Herring in him. Could be that X factor. Remember that team that was the runner-up from Malloy that lost to Cardinal Hayes in that final. Every good team that wins championships or gets to the championships needs a Tariq Foster. They need an X factor, and Foster is that guy for the Cardinals.
And again, what's going to be fun, I think, in this matchup is those 2 guys, I think, will go up against each other, so we'll see a lot of that mano-a-mano matchup. You see the visitors right there from Xevarian in their final pregame huddle. They come in at a 10-9 record, 5-9 in the Brooklyn Queens AA, but they've won their last 3 games, including a big win at home against Christ the King. Let's take a look at their starters now. And again, good balance here, right, among this group. For the Clippers, you see Aaron Goldstein, the junior point guard. Nasir Muhammad, another guy to look out for, junior, getting a lot of interest as well from the colleges. They're leading a scorer at 12.5 points a game. Supreme Niles, their senior, 3-year varsity player. We mentioned Mahoney before, and Michael Walker inside. He's going to be battling with Tobe Awaka. 6'6", 230 is Michael Walker. Their head coach is Clyde Chapman, 2004 graduate of Xevarian. We'll take a quick break. We'll get you the starting lineup for Cardinal Hayes when we return right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Varsity Media is the tri-state area sports leader. We offer an array of services for any team, coach, player, athletic director, and parent. From game film to live streaming, we are available to cover your event anytime, any place. Looking for an enhanced experience? How about a professional broadcast with multiple camera angles, announcers, graphics, and instant replay? Need a highlight reel? We produce individual highlights for college recruiting and team highlight videos for end-of-season banquets. And when it comes to social media, nobody has you covered better than us. Hype videos, sideline highlights. We can tailor custom videos to make your team stand out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Why waste your time dealing with anyone else? When it comes to sports video, Varsity Media stands alone. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or online at varsitymedia.net.
And we welcome you back to John Duffy Court. There's a good look at Clyde Chapman, 2004 graduate of Xevarian in his 5th season at the helm. Guy I know back a few years ago, played at Queens College and went to Pfeiffer as well, ended up at Southern Connecticut. Was an assistant coach for a few years under the legendary Jack Alisi, and has taken the helm and has done very well as well with that.
And, you know, he was a guy that we never really pegged as somebody who would be a coach, but he said it's more of a vocation, a calling, and what better teacher than Jack Alisi and the Alisi family to learn from?
Yeah, first you had Alisi, right, as the head coach, and he also learned that from Bob Leckie when he was recruited at St. Peter's, so another legend, right, where he was obviously at Bishop Loughlin for so many years. Take a look at the starters now for Cardinal Hayes, and it's kind of the usuals for the Cardinals as well. You've got DJ Victory at point guard, Elijah Moore. Off guard, Ian Jackson as your wing. Foster we mentioned before, and of course Tobe Awaka 00 for head coach Joe Loads in his 14th season as head coach. St. Francis Prep 1993 graduate, and his record overall 279 and 63. A 3-year coach of the year. Tim Philp is his associate head coach, former head coach at Archbishop Stepinac.
You know, one thing we learned today too, and speaking of Loads before, is that he played football in high school, and I think he said that, you know, he had the probably the cleanest uniform, like he played, but quote unquote didn't really play as well. But yeah, no, Joe Loads, very candid in our conversation yesterday. He said, you know what, it comes down to us and what we have to worry about us and what we're able to do. We need to have the impact tonight, and we need to enforce our will.
Referees tonight, Carlos Martinez. We see him back again here at Hayes. He was here on our last broadcast. Kevin Agee as well, and John Curtin. Did I read your spelling correctly? John Clinton.
Yes.
All right.
Apologies. I've got chicken scratch.
It's a long trip for Xevarian. Ended up kind of delaying the start of this one. It's not easy to come from Shore Road down in Bay Ridge and to come up to the Bronx. Let's be honest, it's not easy to come to the Bronx kind of from anywhere, dealing with the traffic that you have to. So that's one thing that Joe Loads was joking. He was hoping for some bus legs, right, out of him. And opening tip goes the way of Foster. Puts it behind the back. Stripped, though, by Walker into the arms of Goldstein. Goldstein is a guy, as the first three is put up. Muhammad buries it for the Clippers.
No leg at all. Nasir Muhammad, a great guard. He's a good facilitator, and he's been heating it up as of late.
Yeah, had 20 points, or averaged 20 points in wins over Christ the King and Holy Cross. Awaka puts it on the court, spins, big Euro step, and he's fouled on his way up.
Well, Walker's going to be a fun player to watch with Walker, and Walker's already got his first foul. How are they going to stop Awaka? And one thing that Clyde Chapman told us this week was that he's going to throw a combination of his bigs as Awaka sails the first one in. And that'll be fun to watch because if you put Awaka on the free throw line, he can make you pay, but also he's a guy that just doesn't wear down in the post.
Yeah, we'll see Walker on him, and then also eventually we'll see a lot of Don Colon-Lewis as well, 6'3", like 290, to kind of both look to try to wear down Awaka. A little zone look right now from Hayes. There's Goldstein, a guy that Loads was very, very complimentary of. Another three from Muhammad, and why not? 2 for 2 for Nasir, and the lead is 6-2.
What a start for the junior. Same spot. That's a sweet spot, and he cans it.
A Poly Prep transfer. He's got offers already from Temple and Hofstra. Moore can knock it down from outside, misses. Muhammad the rebound. As the Clippers look to push, Muhammad cooks it back, kicks it back out to Supreme Niles into the capable hands of Aaron Goldstein.
Interested to see Goldstein today, too. A very confident guard, very undersized, could make a good case for a high D2 team, low D1. He'll be fun to watch.
Another deep three. This one is missed by Muhammad. An easy rebound there for Jaden Williams. Williams earned the start the other day against Portledge, and there's Ian Jackson. Foster out by midcourt, harassed there by Mahoney. And this possession doesn't look as fluid as others as we've seen from Cardinal Hayes.
No, Cardinal Hayes still a little rusty, of course, coming off that loss over the weekend to St. Francis Prep. And, you know, this is going to be interesting to see how the team works with Johnson in the backcourt, Jaden Williams in the backcourt navigating.
Great look, back door for Ian Jackson, and he gets the layup. Quickly down the court comes the Clippers. And that's Supreme Niles, 11, switches it to Goldstein. Back to Niles, dribble penetration, kick out, Goldstein for three. Front rim no good, rebound Awaka. Ahead of the court, Captain Jack with the flush.
Cardinal Hayes hoping to get the Energizer starting because of Jackson with that dunk as we're tied at 6.
Might not be a better team in the city in the transition game than Cardinal Hayes. Goldstein. Long arms of Williams, gets a piece, Moore collects. So good defense from Hayes, and that's something too that Joe Loads was imploring his team to be better at on the defensive side of things.
Well, we haven't seen a loose ball on the deck as well, but I know that that's something that he was preaching to his team too. Get down, go get the ball if you have to, and play harder than the effort on Sunday.
Awaka pops out for three. He's hit one earlier. That one didn't drop. And here comes Muhammad. He's got 2 threes already. Good job by Awaka stepping out on him. Mahoney for three. That's no good. Swatting at the rebound was Walker, but it comes to Foster. In transition, Jackson. He is called for the steps.
Just took his eye off the ball, but there's that last shot. And Cardinal Hayes, is there a better team in transition than Cardinal Hayes in the Catholic League? I haven't found him yet.
And that's pass ahead of the field to Jackson, leaks out and took like a dribble and threw it down pretty easily. A couple subs here, and we see 13 in now as 24 for Xevarian. And they're a team too. There's Don Colon-Lewis blocked inside. Muhammad, baseline, no good. Battle for the ball, and a walk comes away. So the Clippers are pretty confident in having like an 8-man rotation, and that's another rarity a little bit in this Catholic League this year as Moore pumps the brakes. Although similar, I think, to Hayes, where they're pretty confident getting a little bit deep in their bench as well.
Well, you're going to need to, and especially for Hayes, they're playing pretty much an NBA schedule at this point.
Jackson, open three, buries it. 7 of his team's 9, and Hayes with a 9-6 lead.
But just going back to the depth, Dylan, you know, some of the best teams, yes, every team is talented in the CHSAA, as Muhammad off on the jumper and Foster cleans up. But you're going to need a few bruisers down low that, you know, can add a spark off the bench. And that's exactly what Lewis is for Xevarian.
Foster tries to get it to Awaka. Good hands there. That was a loose ball that Awaka was diving on the court for. Muhammad doubled in the corner. Tries to get out. Finds Goldstein.
And there was Lewis again on the defensive end. Gets the rebound and a fresh possession for the Clippers.
To Muhammad. Cologne Lewis pops out for a screen. Gives it to Goldstein. Driving penetration and good layup there by Goldstein for his first bucket of the game.
As a coach, you have to love the spirit of Aaron Goldstein, a guy who might be a little bit undersized, but certainly doesn't feel that way about himself and is exuding confidence.
Foster for 3, no good. Awaka, the rim rocker.
Can't get any easier than that, and it's just a thing of beauty when he lifts off Awaka.
Goldstein for 3. Off the rim, no good. Mahoney the rebounds. He's fouled on his way up. John, I thought that was one of those situations where Mahoney grabs it, just put it back up. He put it on the court, but he does get bailed out by the foul. But here's that putback by Awaka.
Look at Awaka. I mean, it's faster in person, but the way that everyone just watched it at home, that's how it felt. You know, time stops when Tobe Awaka gets the offensive rebound. But you're right with Mahoney. Can't put it down, has to put it back up. And, you know, as a junior, getting the experience, playing the big minutes now on the varsity team, it'll come with time. But you're right, Dylan, has to just put it right back up.
He projected to be a big part of Iona's team this year, as he has been in the past. Bit of a mass exodus from Iona as Jackson tries to go baseline. Tried to kick it back out. It was stolen, though. And here comes Goldstein. Hands it back off. That's Nico Pena, 24, the sophomore, averaging 10.5 points a game.
And he was a good offensive spark plug for the Clippers in the beginning of the year, too. I think he was leading the team in scoring at some points, but a great guy to have off the bench.
Muhammad tries to get open, tries to get the foul, not there. Ahead of the field is Kelly. Good handoff in the layup by Jackson.
He just moves so well in transition, filling his lane, and an easy offhanded deuce.
It wasn't an easy handoff, though, from Kelly. You got to give him credit, and he's a guy, too, who's earning his minutes because of how he has practiced. Goldstein hands off Mahoney for 3. That's off. Rebound goes to the aforementioned Kelly.
And that's what you want, too, as a coach. You know, you come off a tough loss, and Michael Kelly is having a short memory but wants to compensate for the losing effort. And
that shot rims out, and here's Pena. Pena, eyes up, goes to Mahoney, nearly stripped by Foster. Mahoney goes hard to the hole, but Awaka says, get out of here.
Yeah, not many people are going to score on Tobe Awaka this year, and you could see why. Mahoney, Awaka picks him up, sees that he's going offhand, knows that it's going to have to take a longer arc, and he's able to spike it away.
And it seemed like he was beaten, too, on the dribble, but just his athleticism and his size was able to make up for that and get the block.
Well, you can't teach size, Dylan.
Pena hands off to Mahoney. 17 on the shot clock. He's doubled. Go to Cologne Lewis. Nice pass. Good ball movement. Niles, jump step, off glass, and in.
Supreme shot from Niles, banking it off the glass, and Xevarian within 1.
Hayes looking to hold for the last. Just saw one of those Captain Jack shirts, or sweatshirts coming right by us. DJ Victory hands off. Gets it right back. 3 seconds. Victory. Baseline floater. No good. Goldstein the rebound. Won't get that last shot attempt off. And that does it for the first half. A good one here in the Bronx. Cardinal Hayes with a 13-12 lead. You're watching this Catholic High School Basketball League showdown on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Parents and athletes, why leave your college career in the hands of amateurs? Varsity Media produces professional college recruiting videos that you can use to help land a spot on the team. Our highlight reels have proven to save thousands of dollars in college tuition. You've worked hard and put the effort into your high school athletic career. Don't take any chances when it comes to your future. Varsity Media has been producing college recruiting videos since 2010. We understand what college coaches are looking for, and our attention to detail on your highlights will separate your resume from others. Stand out from the crowd. We'll help showcase your talents. Contact Varsity Media today and order a college recruiting video.
Welcome back to John Duffy Court. Dylan Butler, John Perez here. Start of the second quarter. It starts the way it ended. Owaka the block, and in transition goes Jackson for two more.
When Cardinal Hayes is rolling, they're creating their offense through their defense. Owaka to Jackson, a thing of beauty.
11 now for Jackson. His team has 15. If he keeps up this pace, might have a new record in the Catholic High School League. Niles off the screen, tries to find Muhammad. He had the hot hand early with a pair of triples. There's Pena, puts it on the court. Foul line jumper, no good. Jackson the rebounds. Hayes looks to push. Jackson ahead of the field to Victory. Switches it. Good ball movement. Open three. Back rim, no good. Owaka, the rebound. Onto the court. Owaka, no good. Another rebound. Same team for that one. Mahoney's on the court. And a timeout is called by Xevarian. This timeout brought to you by Patricia's of Morris Park, the finest Italian cuisine in the Bronx. Patricia's from Morris Park. John, every time I read this, I'm getting a little hungrier here. I need a little Patricia's. There you see it. You get for 30 years, the best Italian food in the Bronx. They've got delicious home-style pastas, wood-fired pizzas, and a stylish family atmosphere at Patricia's of Morris Park.
I might have to use my cheat day for today after the game.
Listen, a little curbside, and head out. It'll be nice.
Well, if I sit down, I'm not getting up, so.
15-12 the lead for Cardinal Hayes, looking to bounce back from that Sunday afternoon loss at St. Francis Prep. 61-56 defeat. Foster, 17 in that one. Josh Pasquarelli, 18 points, including 4 threes to lead the way for St. Francis Prep. By the way, after that game, picks up a College of St. Rose offer. Did Pasquarelli from St. Francis Prep. Niles puts it on the court. Tough jumper. Front rim no good. And Kelly stays on ahead of the field for Victory. And he steps out. Victory wanted the foul call. Ended up being really good defense by Niles, who's probably the best defensive player for Xevarian.
I would say so, and I love his quick hands, too. He's got a good nose for the ball. Shuts down the passing lanes as well. He adds a lot defensively for Xevarian.
What's interesting in our conversation with Clyde Chapman, the Xevarian head coach, good play there as Mahoney, though, can't get the bunny. Battle for the loose ball. But Chapman says Niles is our DJ Victory. So, again, it's kind of, you love these different matchups, right? As now Hayes will go small with Owaka to the bench. Williams back in. Pena, baseline. It's good.
Just a good guy to have off the bench as well. But just to piggyback on the Niles to Victory comparison, it's for Xevarian.
Tyleek Fields, the Euro step and basket.
Loving Fields, a senior. But anyway, for Niles, we haven't really seen him take control. Remember, Muhammad hit the first 2 threes of the game for Xevarian as well, and he's been running the point, and it's good to have Niles as the backup guard as well, but not really a defined role for the Clippers so far in this one.
Muhammad, a deep 2, which they say is maybe the worst shot in basketball because he was a step back from another triple. This is a long 2 as well. That's off the mark, though, by Jackson.
You know, isn't that amazing, the innovation that it just took a three-point line for coaches to say, yeah, let's shoot more threes like Pena, because 3 is more than 2.
Sophomore Pena has got 5 in this quarter. It's a 2-point lead for the visitors. Victory. The righty layup attempt, no good. Here comes Niles in transition to Mahoney. Pulls up, buries it.
Xevarian needs Mahoney to get going. Loads calls the timeout. Now remember, Hayes didn't have DJ Victory a majority of the first quarter as Loads calls a full timeout to talk it over with his team. But for Xevarian, it's only a matter of time before Mahoney starts to pick up, and he just nailed his first jumper. That'll get the confidence boosting for him.
We see the huddle there for Cardinal Hayes, and, you know, we spoke to Loads about his team's loss to St. Francis Prep, and one thing he did say is, listen, people forget sometimes how hard it is to win on the road in our league. He pointed to St. Francis Prep and Cardinal Hayes winning at Iona Prep. Iona Prep only has 3 wins in the Catholic League, but they both only won by 5 points at Iona Prep. Christ the King goes to Laughlin. They lose. Hayes did win at Laughlin, but it is not easy to win on the road. He said even against a pretty good team, St. Francis Prep obviously an elite team this year, one of the elite, along with Cardinal Hayes, Archbishop Stepanek in that same conversation. But you mentioned before, right, practice yesterday pretty much exclusively consisted of running as fast as you can up and down the court, and then also running fast to get down on the court to dive for loose balls. That's something that he credited St. Francis Prep for doing, and something that his team did not do on Sunday afternoon in Fresh Meadows.
Well, listen, Dylan, this is why I think it's the best high school league in the country, is that every team has Division I, high Division II talent.
And Moore is one of them as well, the sophomore, right off of the timeout, buries the 3 to cut the Hayes deficit to 1.
You know, Moore's only a sophomore. He's got a load of offers from the MAC, and you can make that case about any team in the conference.
Mahoney steps back even further. He likes playing in this gym. Again, played for a rival at Iona Prep for years, and he quickly goes out and guards Ian Jackson right into his grill. This will be a fun matchup as well. Moore struggling as Pena right in his face gets it back to Victory. The visitors have some confidence. Oh, great backdoor cut. Tariq Foster for 2.
Yeah, he was able to slip past Walker, wasn't looking, and an easy bucket for Hayes on the back door.
Mahoney back to Muhammad. That 3 rims out, no good. Pena tries to get the ball, but it comes to Jackson. Quickly up the court, a 3-point shot by Victory, no good. Skying for the rebound is Williams. Into the paint, Foster draws the contact, and he'll go to the line.
Gotta love Foster working hard down low, and as we take another look at it, Victory, good move, and backdoor cut. Walker just wasn't looking, and Hayes will make you pay.
Foster, another player as he knocks down the first. He's got Rutgers offered, Quinnipiac, Manhattan, Penn State, Pitt are also in the conversation. He was a player certainly that when we spoke with Clyde Chapman, who was very impressed with, kind of called him right their X factor. Because you know what you're getting in Jackson and in Awaka, but here comes Foster sort of as that third guy to keep an eye out for.
Every team needs depth. And that's what Foster can bring. But by the way, look at all these offers, and he'll make an impact at the Division I level.
We're all even at 24. Pena guarded by Victory. Victory all up in his face, and that's something, again, I think is a good sign for Hayes, is the intensity on the defensive end. And Victory, a senior leader, trying to bring that more. Another 3. That's off the mark. Battling for the rebound is Awaka. Oh, just missed the putback, and here comes Muhammad the other way.
Good job by Lewis to alter the shot, but you're right. When Hayes is going well, it starts on the defensive end.
And Victory again, the tip from behind. Loose ball, though, goes to Niles, who knocks down the triple.
They can make you pay. Xevarian, a team that will knock down the open three, and Hayes knows that.
27-24 the lead now. Here's Jackson inside, and this is the way that Hayes wants to play. Inside out. Oh! Owaka! You can't stop him.
I mean, just looking at this double team, Dylan, you've got Lewis and Mahoney down low. Mahoney knocks his arm, and he still puts the shot in. Very impressive, Owaka.
And these weren't small guys that are battling him inside. You had Mahoney, Cologne Lewis, all right there as well. But Owaka, look, he's not just a big body. We see the athleticism as well from him. As Cologne Lewis called for the foul, and Owaka tries to complete the three-point play. Soft hands for the big man as well. That free throw is good.
Loads calls him the gentle giant, but a guy that'll, when he's between the lines, will go all out, is a fierce competitor, and we've seen that so far through the first quarter and change.
Yeah, if there's a knock, I don't know if you could really call it a knock, right? Because it's just the personality, the way he is. Niles for three, no good. His personality off the court doesn't match what we see on the court, right? He's a ferocious competitor, but he's not vocal, right? And he's not like that Joe Toussaint a few years ago, who will get into guys when things aren't going right. But he is getting on the court. He is diving for loose balls. It's pretty much everything that you like out of a guy. You're just missing maybe some of that vocal leadership that really is a little bit absent from this Hayes team right now.
Well, and maybe it's his job, but maybe it's also the job of, another senior or upperclassman as well, to be the rah-rah guy to complement Owaka, and they're sort of the 1-2 punch.
Owaka off the inbounds. Ooh, switches to his left. Owaka draws the contact, and a second foul called on Cologne Lewis. Now, you could see Clyde Chapman, the head coach, and some of the Xevarian fans behind us. I could see their argument because it looked like Owaka looked to draw the contact, right, and fell backwards when he drove into Cologne Lewis.
No, he's got a case there, Chapman. He definitely looked as if he was initiating contact, and gets the call on his home court.
And Owaka, 2 more free throws. He's been perfect from the charity stripe, 5 of 5, as it's a 29-27 lead now for Cardinal Hayes. And there's Niles to Muhammad, again just inside the stripe. Knocks it down. He's cheated himself of 2 points at this point.
But you know what? I like that he's getting hot. He's finding his spots, and eventually the threes will continue to come. But you're right, Dylan. You move back a couple of feet and get an additional few points.
He's got 10 as it's the final minute now of this first quarter. Foster from 3, in and out. Victory to put back. How about 2 for $1? And he gets it.
Love the tenacity on the boards as well. Cleans up his own miss. Cardinal Hayes is up 2.
31-29 the lead. 36 on the game, 23 on the shot. So certainly there's plenty of opportunity for a last shot, as driving in was Niles, and he was swallowed up on the way to the basket. Foul on Owaka. It's his second.
That's his second, team's third.
And only the team's third. Niles to the line to shoot 2. 3-year varsity player, a leader of this team is Supreme Niles. Knocks down the first. Quick, steady hands, good defender. Getting those D2, D3 looks as he knocks down the second.
And has to have the best name in the conference, right?
I don't know. I mean, DJ Victory is a pretty cool name, too.
Yeah.
He's got the ball now, does Victory, and hands it off to Moore as Hayes will look to hold for the last. 31 all here in the Bronx. Moore, guarded by Goldstein. He'll go now with 5. Goldstein gets out on him. Moore to Jackson. 4-3. It is short. And that's the way this first half ends. 31 all is the score. John Perez, it's been a good first half, as we'll get Joe Loads, the Cardinal Hayes head coach, in a moment for our halftime interview. But a good one in this first half. Back and forth we went, and Xevarian coming to play here in the Bronx, tied at 31. The Clippers having won 3 in a row. And Cardinal Hayes looking to bounce back from their Sunday afternoon loss. And we've got Joe Loads with us now. And Joe, we'll have you step over a step here. And Joe Loads, head coach, Cardinal Hayes, thanks for joining us here at halftime. 31 all. You saw some defensive intensity. You saw Tobe Awaka diving for a loose ball. So 2 things that you kind of highlighted coming in. You did see that, but also you knew that Xevarian, even though they're coming off the bus from Shore Road, they brought their intensity as well.
I was hoping for a little bit of bus lag for Xevarian, but I didn't see that. Number 2 had a great half. You know what you're going to get from Tobe. You know, Tobe's a superhero. He's 100 average. He comes 80 miles a day. So Tobe is not the concern. We just don't really look like we're connected right now. It was kind of like lethargic play, kind of guys hunting shots. You know, I think we have to talk about some things at halftime. I don't think we can fix it in 8 minutes though.
To that point, I guess, what would you like to see more of or differently in your second half?
I feel like we're on defense for large majority of the game. I feel like we come up, we force a shot, we don't get the shot we want, and then I feel like we guard for 30 seconds. I feel it's just like constant agony. It's like marriage. You know, it's just like the monotonous torture, and I'm watching, I'm like, oh my God. And then we get the ball, it's like that glimmer of hope, and then no comment. My wife might be watching.
We'll say hi to Mrs. Loads now.
She's the best of all time.
Joe, thank you for joining us here at halftime. We'll take a quick break and get you some halftime stats as well. It's 31 all between Xevarian and Cardinal Hayes. You're watching this Catholic High School League basketball showdown on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Over the middle, he's got a man. It's complete. Ciolino. See you later.
Going long, wide open, Perazzi, he gets it, Perazzi, foot raise, 10, 5, make it, touchdown, punch, counter punch.
With a trickery, Ryder gets it back, goes over the top for Haberman.
What a catch! Just Ross Simmons strips him, that's loose, and Ross Simmons is going to take this in the other direction. Make it, touchdown, touchdown East.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Parents and athletes, why leave your college career in the hands of amateurs? Varsity Media produces professional college recruiting videos that you can use to help land a spot on the team. Our highlight reels have proven to save thousands of dollars in college tuition. You've worked hard and put the effort into your high school athletic career. Don't take any chances when it comes to your future. Varsity Media has been producing college recruiting videos since 2010. We understand what college coaches are looking for, and our attention to detail on your highlights will separate your resume from others. Stand out from the crowd. We'll help showcase your talents. Contact Varsity Media today and order a college recruiting video. Varsity Media is the tri-state area sports leader. We offer an array of services for any team, coach, player, athletic director, and parent. From game film to live streaming, we are available to cover your event anytime, any place. Looking for an enhanced experience? How about a professional broadcast with multiple camera angles, announcers, graphics, and instant replay? Need a highlight reel? We produce individual highlights for college recruiting and team highlight videos for end-of-season banquets. And when it comes to social media, nobody has you covered better than us. Hype videos, sideline highlights. We can tailor custom videos to make your team stand out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Why waste your time dealing with anyone else? When it comes to sports video, Varsity Media stands alone. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or online at varsitymedia.net. It's time to get hyped with Varsity Media. We offer an array of video services sure to amp up your team. From staged preseason hype videos with custom lighting and smoke machines to sideline highlights of a big game. How can your team stand out from the crowd? Contact Varsity Media today and let us tailor something your squad will never forget. These are the best times of your life. Capture them in the most creative ways possible with the sports leader, Varsity Media.
Welcome back to John Duffy Court. Dylan Butler here, John Perez. Second half a few minutes away. It's a entertaining first half, certainly, as the two teams are knotted at 31. Good first half for the visitors, certainly, right, to come up to the Bronx and you're even. And Nasir Muhammad was a big part of that, knocked down those two first quarter threes. I thought he was coming over here for an interview for a second. He just ran to the right of our broadcast table, and then two deep twos in the second quarter for a team-high 10.
Yeah, he's a few points away from having, 4 threes, right, Dylan, total? The great players know where the camera is, so he just wants to get used to the area. But in all seriousness, though, I loved his pull-up game. I thought he did a really good job creating some separation as well. That's in his toolbox. He's certainly a player that we were excited to see in person. And Xevarian's going to need his guard play. Yes, we know that what they can do down low to upset Owaka, not make it easy for Foster and taller players like that. But really watching Muhammad and Niles together in the backcourt has been a lot of fun for Xevarian. You could see they have so much upside, and they're a team that could make a run when it comes to the Brooklyn Queens playoffs and perhaps in the intersectional as well.
Over there on that bench, number 11, you see him right next to associate head coach Tim Philp, is Ian Jackson. And number 11 has 11 in that, or had 11 in that first quarter. A large majority of them, 9 points of the 11, came in that first quarter. Has one triple, those 4 two-point baskets. One was that layup ahead of the field, and also the dunk as well by Captain Jack to lead the way for Cardinal Hayes.
He's just got a long stride, too. It feels like he only takes 4 or 5 steps and he could get down the floor. Just been an exceptional player to watch, only a sophomore. He continues to power this Hayes offense. You know what you're going to get out of him, but just watching him in person is just so special. And like you said, Dylan, he's great in the transition. Altered a couple of passing lanes as well, had some deflections in the first half. A complete effort for him.
You see our broadcast schedule upcoming, and it's an NBA schedule for Cardinal Hayes. You go Tuesday, Wednesday afternoon, Mount St. Michael, another rivalry game coming up here. Tom Frere brings his guys across the Bronx. That's a 4:15 tip. And then the big rivalry game, John, you'll be on the call for that one. It is Rivalry Friday, really. It's Hayes-Rays here at 7 o'clock, and then I'll be on the call over at St. Francis Prep for the Battle of the Boulevard as the Terriers take on the Knights of Holy Cross. That's a 7:30 tip. All those games live on the Varsity Media YouTube channel.
Is there a better night in the Catholic League than a Friday night, especially with a rival?
There's not a better night, I think, in the country for high school basketball than a Friday night in the Catholic League. Here's the standings for Brooklyn Queens. You mentioned Xevarian. I mean, they're just kind of sitting there, right? They've got a big rivalry game as well coming up Friday night against Bishop Lachlan, that Brooklyn battle that they'll have. But St. Francis Prep, obviously right now 12-0 in the conference. They're the favorites, but you could get any one of the next probably 4 teams involved there. Christ the King, Lachlan, Xevarian, and Malloy all could have a shot as well at maybe upsetting the Terriers when it comes to the diocesan playoffs. In New York, it's not quite as clear-cut, is it? Cardinal Hayes and Stepanak tied atop the Archdiocesan standings. St. Ray's, a team you'll see, a young team, so they've gotten better as the league season's gone on. Mount St. Michael, a team that is so tough defensively. Scanlon, we saw earlier, and even Iona Prep. They sit at 3-12, and again, just 5-point difference from 2 more wins and 1 against Cardinal Hayes.
Yeah, no easy night in the Catholic League, in the New York or the Brooklyn Queens divisions.
Second half just underway. Elijah Moore, foul line runner. He gets it to fall.
Love the floater from Moore right there. That's another tool that he's got in his skill box, and good execution on the last drive down.
Goldstein hands off to Niles. It's 11-on-11. Hands it off to Walker. Tries to go baseline. Owaka's not giving it to him, but he does get the foul, and that's Owaka's 3rd. So that's something to keep an eye out for here in this second half.
Yeah, maybe Loads pulls him here. I don't know. This could be a teaching moment as well for Owaka, just learning how to play in foul trouble as well. And Cardinal Hayes has a good case to make.
Here's the ironic thing, too, John, as Walker misses the first. There's only been 3 fouls for Cardinal Hayes, and that's exactly, I think, what that Joe Loads is speaking to the officials with as the second free throw goes in. All of them against Tobe Owaka.
Yeah, and that's just what's going to happen for Xevarian if they keep playing and bringing the ball down low. Unfortunately, Owaka's just the guy that's the constant down there.
Moore, front rim, no good. Rebound goes to Jackson. Foul line jumper. That's off the mark as well. And Walker, the rebounds. You suspect, especially with 3 fouls and Owaka still in the game, maybe to push it again inside. Goldstein up top. To Niles. And here's Mahoney. Brings Owaka out. Steps out. Shoots the 3. Side rim, no good. Good hustle by Goldstein, but it will go for Cardinal Hayes.
Well, we've seen Spencer Mahoney fall in love with his jump shot over the course of this game and patting himself saying, that's my bad, my bad. And I think that's what Chapman was saying. Go at him. He's got 3 fouls.
Victory off the screen from Owaka. Right back! The flush from Owaka on Walker.
He's just so dominant down low, and Walker's a big guy too. Not easy, but Owaka makes it look easy.
And Nasir Muhammad hands off to Goldstein. Goldstein down low to Mahoney. In the paint, blocked away. You like the job there by Walker for the up fake, right? But in came Owaka from behind. It will stay with Xevarian.
I don't know what it is about this court, Dylan, but you know what it is? It's so small as...
Muhammad. He had Jackson's hand all in his face. He still buries the triple. His 3rd of the game. We're tied again, 35-all. Owaka steps back, misses it, and now Xevarian in transition. Niles pulls up from 3. Back iron, no good. Walker battles for the rebound, takes it at Owaka, and gets the layup.
And Owaka has to defer the basket, doesn't want to pick up his 4th foul, and Loads will talk it over. My quick point about just playing on this court, Dylan, is that it's a smaller court. Hayes always has lanky guards and big, stretchy big men, and you know they could close down a lot of gaps. As just take a look, Victory and nice slip underneath Owaka, a dominating force.
Timeout here, and this is another look inside. There's the up fake, but watch. Oh, it was actually Foster. I gave it to Owaka before Foster came from the weak side to get that block.
Yeah, he got Jackson a bite, and because Jackson could jump out of the gym, he was able to hurdle him and not pick up a foul, and luckily Foster was there to clean up.
Xevarian, a team that's got 3 Catholic League championships to their name. 86 Class A championship with Carlton, big screen leading the way. 2005, Saquon Stone, assistant coach here right next to Clyde Chapman, led the way in the AA championship. And then 2016, Foster, the baseline dunk. And as we were saying, in 2016, they defeated Bishop Lachlan in that championship game. Muhammad puts it on the court. That's something we've not really seen of him, right? He's been such a great shooter. We've not really seen him try to put it on the court. Fortunately for him, he keeps it possession. But here you see Foster just loses his man.
Yeah, when you lose your man, just an easy dunk right there on the baseline.
Muhammad can't get the inbound, so he'll call the timeout. But yeah, as we were saying, right, 3 championships, 86, 2005, 2016. So many of those under the leadership of Jack Alisi, who in his 21 years at the helm at Xevarian, 345 wins, 250 losses, 7-time Coach of the Year in his 21 years. He coached Clyde Chapman and Saquon Stone as well, and it's tough to fill those shoes. Really, both of these coaches have a similar dynamic there where, you know, it's not directly for Chapman, but he comes in and has to kind of deal with Jack Alisi's legacy, as does, Joe Lodes on the other side with Tom Murray, who's led the way for so many years here at Cardinal Hayes.
I mean, you could just run down the list, right, of all the legends that have coached in this league as well. Jack Curran over at Malloy. Arbitello's making his case at Christ the King.
Tim Leary at St.
Tim Leary, right. Gilvari. When it comes to coaching in this league, you need the excellence. And, of course, the Alisi coaching tree continues to prosper, as well as 2 sons, John at Baruch and Chris at Manhattanville. Baruch, the top team in the CUNY Athletic Conference. Manhattanville having a good year as well. Almost upset Yeshiva, a nationally ranked team earlier this year. And you know what? Jack Alisi reinventing the wheel on that 2016 team. Started 5 guards, beat a very talented Bishop Lachlan team that had Keith Williams, who went to Cincinnati, and Marquise Noel, one of the funnest small guards in the league.
Jackson to steal, but he loses it. Muhammad, will he pull up? Oh, great pass down low to Goldstein for the layup.
And that's exactly how clutch those threes were in the beginning of the game, because now you've got everyone expecting you to hoist, and it leads to an open lane to Phil and a good pass by Muhammad.
Owaka loses it. Right back to Jackson, but there'll be a foul before. A good foul there by Xevarian, but that was another situation. Same basket, same situation. Owaka's got a, as you see here, Muhammad, look at that pass. Oh, what a great look.
Yeah, and of course, Moore has to go for it. He has to bite because Muhammad will put it up. So good awareness there, and a good job by Xevarian following up on the play.
Victory to inbound underneath. Kicks it out to Moore. He's open for 3. Goldstein chases out at him. Now he goes foul line, and that's good.
Good pull-up from the elbow. Elijah Moore, he's been known to shoot it as well. Doesn't get a lot of volume in terms of the shots. That goes normally to Owaka, Victory, and Jackson. But, a good high-volume shooter.
The runner in the lane, Muhammad.
Sorry, I meant to say quality over quantity.
Foster, the rebound. Oh, tough 2 for Tariq.
And a nice flex afterwards as well.
41 all. Niles finds the lane, misses it. Oh, the putback inside by Walker.
And see, once again, the hesitancy out of Owaka.
3 no good, off the hands of Walker to Goldstein. Goldstein trying to find some space, gets it. Ooh, and a backcourt violation was called. If we see that again, I think Walker might have been over. I think he might have got over the court.
So it's all where the ball is.
Here we go again.
We'll get the definitive one.
Well, we just missed it there, but they'll say it's a backcourt violation. So Cardinal Hayes with the ball. There you see Clyde Chapman arguing his case. Tough one. Victory. Works off the Foster screen, a little pick and pop. Lefty layup off the glass.
Just a good job right down low, and Cardinal Hayes once again tying it up.
10 now for Foster. This is a fun one. Muhammad to Goldstein. Deep three, no good. Rebound goes to Victory. And he's tripped up from behind by Goldstein.
Yeah, Victory might just need a few moments to shake it off.
Goldstein's first, team's second. Victory to inbounds. Mahoney guarding him. Gets it back to Foster. He feels like he has the hot hand. Certainly does. Knocks down the triple. 13 now in the game for Foster.
He got it done on the interior before, now stretching it out and giving Hayes the lead.
9 in this quarter for Tariq Foster. Muhammad into the lane. He's fouled. Who will it be called on? It'll be called on Williams, not Awaka.
That sigh of relief you heard is from Tobe Awaka, and I'm sure a few on the bench for Hayes.
You love the idea, right, by Muhammad. Just go at the bigs. First free throw was good. Muhammad, unlimited range. And a good stroke from the foul line as well.
He's just been fantastic this afternoon.
46-45. Foster slips, picks up his dribble again. Victory, baseline, no good. Challenging for the ball was Cologne Lewis. It'll stay with Cardinal Hayes. Foster to the inbounds. This has been a battle. Awaka on the inbounds, off the glass and in.
Gotta love when you have the size advantage, and of course playing on your home floor, you know exactly where you are at all times and knowing the court well, and just a great pass over Mahoney, not an easy task.
Awaka with 13. We've mentioned it in previous broadcasts, all those MAC looks, Yale, Fordham. We heard Joe Lodes talk about his academics, 100 average. Awaka will come out, maybe a little bit of an offensive-defensive switch here as Hayes extends their lead. It's not been a deep one or a long lead for much of this game. At 4, it could be even their largest lead of the game.
Yeah, no, Xevarian's had him on the ropes at times, thanks to the pure shooting of Nazir Muhammad. Spencer Mahoney got hot for a stretch. We haven't said his name in a while, and see if that changes now.
Tough shot by Mahoney. Forced one there. Will go the other way. Moore inside. Oh, great passing, and Williams finishes inside.
That's a nice tic-tac-toe. Hayes is getting hot. Chapman trying to calm him down. But what a pass from the top of the key. As that's Foster right underneath, filling the lane.
Timeout by Xevarian. This timeout brought to you by Patricia's of Morris Park, the finest Italian cuisine in the Bronx for more than 30 years, and the official meal of Cardinal Hayes Athletics. Stop by Patricia's for their delicious home-style pastas, wood-fire pizzas, and their stylish family atmosphere. Patricia's of Morris Park. Exactly 2 minutes left, and it does feel like Cardinal Hayes is heating up right now at the right time, right? This is a big game for Hayes because, again, you have a rivalry game, 2 of them coming up back-to-back. Mount coming here, and then St. Ray's coming here. And then, oh, by the way, you go to Christ the King next Tuesday, so not an easy game left on this schedule. Not that necessarily any are. Here's Victory. Pulls up foul line jumper. It's good.
Good job in transition as well. A little grin from Victory afterwards. And the one thing, too, with all of those teams facing Hayes, they've read the rankings, they've read the reports, and they've watched everybody on the Varsity Media Sports Network. They're going to get every team's best shot.
That's a good shot there. The big man, Cologne Lewis, steps out and knocks down the triple. A big one for Xevarian as well. They've cut their deficit to 53-48. Euro step, kick out. Williams for three in front of his own bench and gets the smack on the back by Joe Loads to boot.
Goldstein just lost his man. That led to an open J, and Hayes cans it.
Final minute, third quarter, 8-point lead for Cardinal Hayes. Muhammad works off the Mahoney screen. Front rims to three, and Foster picks up the rebound. He looks to push. Foster hands off, extra pass. Jackson for three. In and out. Look at Victory with the rebounds. Great look. Moore in the corner. Three.
Big knockdown shot for the Cardinals. Xevarian just not boxing out. Nobody was home down low. An easy offensive rebound for Hayes. And a good team like Hayes that can stroke it from distance makes him pay again.
You'll love the look, too, by Victory, right? Active as well. Getting the rebound, finding the extra man, nearly gets the steal there. Muhammad takes it off the court. Can't get that to drop. Foster, they've got a transition opportunity. Ahead of the field is Jackson from Victory.
But Victory just threading the needle, playing hard as well. And you have to love the spirit out of DJ Victory as we go into the third. Didn't play a lot in the first quarter, and now we're seeing what the Cardinals are doing, particularly with DJ Victory. Perhaps put that chip on his shoulder, a beautiful pass, threading the needle, and Hayes with a big lead over Xevarian going into the fourth.
Yeah, big end of the third quarter for Cardinal Hayes. They have a 61-48 lead going into the final frame. You're watching it right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Over the middle, he's got a man. It's complete. Ciolino. See you later.
Going long, wide open, Perazi, he gets it, Perazi, foot raise, 10, 5, make it, touchdown, punch, counter punch.
The Victory Rider gets it back, goes over the top for Haberman.
What a catch! Just Ross Simmons strips him, that's loose, and Ross Simmons is going to take this in the other direction. Make it, touchdown, touchdown East.
Welcome back to John Duffy Court in the Bronx. Dylan Butler, John Perez. A big run at the end of that third quarter, creating the separation we've not seen in this game as Cardinal Hayes opens up a double-digit lead. Cologne Lewis tries to get it back. Nice basket for Xevarian, the assist to Niles.
Well, and Lewis with 5 points over the last few minutes of game action as well. Just hit a three, doing a good job down low. But, you know, one thing that we've seen with teams that have faced Cardinal Hayes, they can hang with them for, you know, the first 24 minutes, maybe first 23, but then this is where Hayes pulls away.
Williams, the rebound inside, back out to Moore after his miss. Moore behind the back, doubled, back out to Jackson. Jackson puts it on the court for a moment, hands off. There's Foster. Loads calls it out, gets it to Moore now. Foster. 10 on the shot. Jackson in the corner, 5 on the shot clock. 3-point shot, no good. Goldstein gets the rebound. Xevarian can get within single digits. Pena, guarded by Jackson. Nico Pena to Cologne Lewis. And there is Mahoney. 10 on the shot.
For it.
And he is fouled by, it should be Foster.
Foul committed by Tariq Foster. That is
Just a bump on the pass.
checking in for the Cardinals.
His first team's third. Awaka comes back in for Foster as Niles will inbound underneath. Goldstein knocks it down.
Kept himself composed, set his feet, drains the three.
61-53. Goldstein's a guy who's got supreme confidence. A guy Joe Lode says thinks he's Steph Curry, and we can kind of see a little bit of that, right, on that triple.
Yeah, totally.
Active hands by Pena in the passing lane. Goes high off the glass. No good. We go the other way. Victory to Jackson. He will not miss. 15 now for Captain Jack. And the lead is 10.
Slippery track here, too, at John Duffy Court. A few players falling over in transitions. We'll get a foul.
Cologne Lewis fouls. And you see again the transition.
Yeah, 1-2. Clippers go down. And then just a nice scoop pass. Jackson in transition. You can't stop it.
Foul by Jackson, his first and the team's fourth. Goldstein steps out. Some miscommunication there between Niles and Goldstein, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, John Clinton all over that call. Goldstein just towing the line and couldn't keep himself in, and that's what this Hayes defense will do. They really, really trap the court.
Jackson pull up no good. Cologne Lewis with the rebounds. When Hayes uses that athleticism, John, that we see so well in transition and on the offense, when they could use that on defense as Pena's shot no good or Waka the rebounds, that's when they really show their efforts on both sides of the court.
Oh, no doubt. Exactly. And the key to Cardinal Hayes is if they're defending well, it'll lead to their offense, and you know the offensive firepower that they have. But when they're clicking on all cylinders, they're just a tough team to fend off and play against.
Cologne Lewis picks up his third, the team's fourth. Moore, the open three, just a sophomore. Moore buries the triple. He's got 13. As Tim Philp, right after that shot, calls the timeout. It's a full. We'll keep it right here. As again, when we spoke to Cardinal Hayes about Xevarian, he says, look, you know, he's watched 3 of the games, Lode said, and Goldstein can play. He's got a lot of heart. They've got some bigs inside. They'll battle Tobey, and he thought maybe Xevarian, right, off of their 3 wins, the last going up to Albany to beat Green Tech, maybe they're catching Hayes at the right time, and certainly they've given him a battle here through 3 quarters.
You know, there's never really a great time to play Cardinal Hayes. I would rather not play them after a loss. They're just too talented, and, you know, they play with that chip on their shoulder. They've got the bad taste in their mouth to the loss to St. Francis, and that just speaks to the league as a whole and Cardinal Hayes as well. They've got the 2 losses, 17 wins in there, obviously, but I just find it really hard when Hayes is clicking, and this is no knock on Stepanak, St. Francis Prep, or any other team in the league. I don't know how you can beat them twice in a calendar year. You know, they're just too talented, and if you do, credit to you, but it's not going to be easy.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at the hierarchy a little bit here late in the regular season, right? You've got Hayes, Stepanak, St. Francis Prep, all right there, right? That's your upper tier in the Catholic League. Hayes has losses to both Stepanak and St. Francis Prep. Stepanak, St. Francis Prep playing at the end of the regular season in White Plains. Oh, backdoor cut, Captain Jack from Victory.
And then he's got another one. How about that? They steal the inbound pass. Elijah Moore doing a good job. And Captain Jack, of course, didn't go upstream, stood right there and flushed it home.
4 quick ones from Jackson. He has 19. And the chants are now coming up from the student section as Owaka sends that one towards the student section. The chants of "We Want Henry" for Henry Beelan, as the lead is now ballooned to 17. They've been quiet, the students, in this game. It's been a game. It's been a battle. Goldstein. Hands off, Pena. Back to Goldstein. A deep triple. Knocks it down. Another 3 by Goldstein. He's got 10 on the game. But yeah, listen, the hierarchy right now, Hayes and Stepanak have split their 2 games. I've said all along, I think it's a 4-round fight this year between those 2 rivals. They'll likely face off in the Archdiocese Championship as well. Tough one there by Victory, forcing it inside to Owaka. He had the ball, and they were able to call a timeout. There you see again that play. Or that's the dunk, and then the...
Well, just watch Jackson here, and, well, he goes down over there, and we got a full time.
We'll show it to you again.
Here we go.
We got it.
Asking you shall receive right there. That's Elijah Moore. Good awareness. And Muhammad doesn't want to be on a poster.
And you see Clyde Chapman arguing there, and here's another look on this side. Muhammad.
Well, and that's going to be the block by Owaka in the midst of the We Want Henry chants as well, and just smacking it aside. And like I said, with Cardinal Hayes, we've seen teams hang with them the first 22 minutes of the game, but then comes the fourth quarter, and Hayes just turns it on. And there's not many teams in this league, with the exception of St. Francis Prep, Stepanak, probably Christ the King as well, that could just turn it on a dime like Hayes.
So you mentioned Christ the King. Maybe they're part of that second grouping, right? A team obviously you can't sleep on, and I think there's a few of those this year as well. St. Raymond's as well. We mentioned they were a young team. They've gotten older as the year has gone on. You'll see them here on Friday night. But I think down the stretch it's going to be very interesting, especially come March, right? Who's going to emerge? Because I think you could make the argument that Hayes is the most talented team. Clyde Chapman, the Xevarian coach, calls them the most complete team that he's seen, as a shot clock violation called against Cardinal Hayes. But the most talented team doesn't always win the Catholic League Championship.
Well, no, 100%. And this isn't a knock on that 2016 Xevarian team, but if you're just going based on rankings and that sort, as Goldstein cans the triple, that was a team that had the biggest will. They were well coached, and their 5 guards were all cohesive.
Listen, you go even back to that 2005 team with Saquon Stone. They had 12 losses that year. And that's what Stone also says to these guys. Look, when they're 10-9 coming into this game, he says, guys, we had 12 losses my year, and we won the championship, so you could still be alive. Goldstein with the foul.
Well, and it's a brand new season come intersectional time or the diocesan tournament as well, Dylan, and these teams know that. And for Xevarian, you want to peak at the right time as well, and still got some ball game left in this, but either way, after this game as well, Xevarian, with the way that they played against Hayes, they've got a lot to hang their hats on.
Yeah, look, even if you lose this game, and there's still a good amount of it left, as Victory gets to the lane for 2. Like I said, they've got that rivalry game against Laughlin, right? So maybe you win that game. You go into the diocesan playoffs then, having won 4 of your last 5 after 3 straight losses. Hand check called on Victory.
Well, and it's not exactly uncharted waters for the Clippers either. They're a team that would lose 2 or 3 in a row and then go off on a streak. And that just seems to be, that might be the case here. But you're right. Go 4 or 5 into the postseason. You'll take it. I know the coaching staff and Coach Chapman will say, well, we want to win every game. Of course.
Goldstein pumps the brakes, and he'll be fouled by Victory.
Gotta love the hustle of DJ Victory, too, this afternoon, as well as you see. DJ just got fooled and hurdled over Goldstein. But, Victory, a very prideful player. He didn't play a lot in the first quarter, came back on in the second quarter, and has really ignited this Hayes offense.
And I think, too, struggled, and he would admit it, against St. Francis Prep on Sunday. I think a good bounce back game from Victory, as I think there's a score book discrepancy now, and the coaches will get over and kind of check it out as both teams go to their respective benches.
I think they're checking the shot clock. That's what it is. Loads has the timer. So just a mechanical issue. And he does everything here, huh?
Yeah, I mean, he comes over, has entertaining interviews, resets the shot clock.
I'm sure there's one person who didn't believe it was so entertaining.
But yeah, Hayes, again, I think it'll be entertaining down the stretch. A Stepanak, a St. Francis Prep. Stepanak, of course, a few years ago. They have a couple of guys, right? Duke, North Carolina.
Oh, boy.
Who, they won the championship. Hayes won a few years ago as well.
A.J. Griffin is playing himself into a lottery pick this year, what he's been able to do for Duke. And Duke couldn't close it out last night against Virginia. They've struggled against mature teams, but A.J. Griffin has really come to play. And R.J. Davis getting started minutes for Hubert Davis in North Carolina. Joel Soriano's on St. John's.
Goldstein rejected by Owaka. Victory chases it down. Moore thought about it again. Wisely goes back to Victory. This time Moore does dial it up from the Grand Concourse.
Yeah, the dagger for Moore. He's feeling it, clapping it up, and here's Mahoney.
Back out for Muhammad. Ooh, he had the shot. Fires it inside the Walker. Return to sender. Owaka a little bit unsettled here. Jackson from 3. Front rim, no good. We go the other way. Walker, they were numbers. Victory, though, with the steal. And Wisely, the senior, will look to slow it down. Goes to Moore. If the other wasn't the dagger, that might be his 3rd triple of the 4th quarter, his 5th of the game.
And that's what I'm saying, Elijah Moore. Cardinal Hayes just has the depth. When Elijah Moore is knocking down threes, Jackson's on his game, Owaka's playing well in foul trouble on the defensive end, and DJ Victory playing with a spirited effort. I don't know how you beat this team.
I think when Hayes plays as good as Hayes can play, I agree. I don't think there's a team that can beat him. As Henry Beelan, there he is, number 10. The cult hero gives a little wry smile to the student section. The Duke-bound football quarterback coming on the court. And look, I love the decision to have him play. And it's not just for the fans behind the basket. Joe Lode says he wanted a level of toughness on his team. Look, you could just see chiseled as can be is Henry Beelan. And he knows his role in this team, right? Maybe bring a little toughness, knock some guys around to practice who maybe aren't used to that physicality. Just get them used to the stretch drive here in the Catholic League.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. When C.J. O'Neal's your coach, there's not any ounce of softness on the football team as well. And, yeah, he's just a great character guy. It's their classmate, fellow student athlete, and all his classmates, I'm sure teammates in the stands, too, very excited to see him.
Muhammad the steal. Jackson the harassment, though. Here's Williams the other way. Victory. Down low. Beelan underneath. Didn't get the call, but Williams will.
It's amazing how they're treating Beelan like he's a walk-on, the student section, but really just a good athletic guy and a good guy that you want in the locker room as well. Does more than just sit at the end of the bench. He's going to be a good contributor for Hayes.
Williams knocks down the first. Here come the guys who do kind of have that. Or Garfias, at least, 31, coming in. He is more of that kind of a walk-on. What a great story Garfias is as well. Cut his first 3 years, kept coming back, and earned a spot as a senior. Has practiced hard. Williams, high arcing free throw, no good. Beelan tries to get the offensive rebounds. Muhammad, does he have another triple in him? That's no good. We go the other way. Garfias looks around him. In trouble. Pena gets the steal. And the foul, count it.
Hayes has done a good job today containing Pena, containing Mahoney. That was really going to be a good 1-2 punch for them as well. And Nasir Muhammad still got his points. But, it was the contributors for Xevarians that needed to step up today. And credit Hayes, they did a good job on Nico Pena.
Pena completes the three-point play. Obviously kind of cosmetic at this point. Williams ahead of the field. Garfias for 3. No good. Rebound chased down by Jackson. He'll attack, and he'll be fouled, and that'll be the 5th and final foul by Cologne Lewis.
And I think he's just trying to get it to Beelan as well to give him some points as well. But, Lewis, I thought, played a good game today. Hit a couple of shots in the third quarter, hit the 3 in the corner, then had one down low. A good effort today for him. Unfortunately, just too much haze.
Cologne Lewis fouls out with 5 points. Goldstein back in. Jackson. Whistle was blown. I think there's some confusion over the amount of free throws. So Jackson will have 2. I think this is a good bounce back win for Hayes. First one is good.
And this is the momentum that you want going back into diocesan play against Mount tomorrow, and then your rival Friday night against the Ravens.
21 now for Jackson. Goldstein in the lane. He'll get that to fall. He has had a really good fourth quarter. Off the steal as well. Goldstein back to the line. 11 points in this quarter for Goldstein. He'll try to get 2 more.
He's just the coach's dream, right? A guy that's undersized, might not have the tools physically, but he's a guy that plays with extreme confidence, a guy that never gives up and plays above his current talent level.
And that's why Lodes was so high on him too. He says, I like those players that are above their talent level, their potential, as Goldstein knocks down both. Goldstein, the steal, turns around, no good. Pena, and he'll be fouled by Williams on the way up. We're not done yet.
No, but you know what? You got to love the fight out of Xevarian at the end of the game. Go out on a high note, take this momentum going forward.
Pena knocks down the first.
And Clippers have a big stretch coming up too, Dylan.
Yeah, as we mentioned, one more regular season game. It's not as a busy schedule as Hayes, but a big one against Bishop Loughlin. Always is for those 2 Brooklyn schools. They want to go long. Jackson won't get the pass off to Beelan, but the final score will be 81-68. Cardinal Hayes, the bounce back win. They improve to 18-2. We'll take a quick break and we'll get a player of the game interview when we return right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Varsity Media is the tri-state area sports leader. We offer an array of services for any team, coach, player, athletic director, and parent. From game film to live streaming, we are available to cover your event anytime, any place. Looking for an enhanced experience? How about a professional broadcast with multiple camera angles, announcers, graphics, and instant replay? Need a highlight reel? We produce individual highlights for college recruiting and team highlight videos for end-of-season banquets. And when it comes to social media, nobody has you covered better than us. Hype videos, sideline highlights. We can tailor custom videos to make your team stand out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Why waste your time dealing with anyone else? When it comes to sports video, Varsity Media stands alone. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or online at varsitymedia.net.
Welcome back to John Duffy Court. Dylan Butler here with the Varsity Media player of the game. It is sophomore Elijah Moore. Elijah with 19 points here tonight. And first of all, Elijah, congratulations on the win. Big bounce back win for you guys, right? It's a difficult stretch you have. Rivalry games coming up against Mount and St. Rage. You needed to get this win after that loss at St. Francis.
Definitely needed to find a way to bounce back as a team because we lost, and that's not something that we're used to. So we had to come back and bounce back today to get the win.
Coach Lotes had a difficult practice yesterday, a lot of running up and down the court, a lot of diving for loose balls, wanting to see that hustle level increase. It seemed like it was there, especially in the second half for you guys.
Yeah. Last game we weren't playing hard enough and we got outplayed. So we came back to practice and we had to get it back in tune. You know, running, sprinting, diving on the floor. Even it got a little physical, but that's all. We know we're a team, so we had to use that to get back to the game today.
You had 5 threes today, 4 in the second half. A big part of that run you guys had late in the third quarter. What was the difference there for you guys to go from a tight game, a tie game, to extend it out?
In the first half, we were slow. We was moving slow, we wasn't sprinting the floor. So as soon as the second half, as soon as they score, we getting the ball out, we pushing, running in transition, and then we getting a whole bunch of shots, and the energy is just pushing us to the win.
I don't know if James Harden plays a harder schedule than you guys have. You go back-to-back here, Mount St. Michael tomorrow afternoon, St. Raymond's on Friday, and then, of course, you go to Christ the King to end the regular season on Tuesday. How difficult is this stretch drive, and what's important for you guys to go back-to-back here and get this win tomorrow?
Rest, hydration, and just staying locked in, staying focused. You know, we can't like be playing around. And after this, we go home, we rest up, we come back and we play again, and we just put on what we got to do.
All right, we'll do the same. We'll go home and rest up, and we're back here tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Elijah Moore, congratulations on the win. We wish you the best of luck going forward as well.
Thank you.
So Elijah Moore, 19 points for Cardinal Hayes, and a big bounce-back win for the Cardinals as well, 81-68 off of that loss. And John Perez, we liked what we saw from Cardinal Hayes in this one. You heard Elijah Moore say it there. The intensity level ratcheted up, especially after maybe a little bit of a disjointed first half. A positive in that second half for them to kind of carry with them into that Mount game tomorrow.
Yeah, 100%, and the intensity drived up. Whatever Coach Lodes and Tim Phillips said in practice yesterday certainly resonated with Hayes, especially the halftime speech that they gave as well. When Hayes is spirited and they're clicking on all cylinders and you're getting good contributions from Elijah Moore, they're going to be tough to beat. And just an overall good second half effort from Hayes. Credit to Xevarian too. They held them tough. They played with them for the first 16 minutes of this contest, but at the end of the day, talent wins when it's working hard, and Hayes, particularly Moore, was working hard in the second half for the Cardinals.
Yeah, 4 players in double figures for Hayes. We mentioned Moore's 19. You had 14 from Tobey Awaka, 13 from Tariq Foster, and a game-high 21 from Ian Jackson to lead the way for Cardinal Hayes. The Cardinals now 18-2, 11-2 in the Archdiocese. Xevarian falls to 10-10, 5-10 in Brooklyn, Queens. Upcoming games for you on the Varsity Media Sports Network. We're right back here, same time, same place. 4:15 tip as Tom Freier's Mountaineers of Mount St. Michael come to Cardinal Hayes. That'll be a good one there. And, of course, it's Rivalry Friday night. You'll be here, John Perez, on the call as Cardinal Hayes takes on St. Raymond's at 7, and then the 7:30 tip-off in Fresh Meadows, the Battle of the Boulevard, St. Francis Prep, Holy Cross. All the games, see it right there, youtube.com/Varsity Media. Subscribe to us on our YouTube channel and follow all of our social links. I'm going to tease something. Maybe we might have some exciting announcements as well ahead about future Catholic League games as well. It's been fun. For my broadcast partner, John Perez, Matt McCower-Brown, bringing you all the moving images. Our fearless leader, Ben Turchin, directing the show here. It's a final from Cardinal Hayes. Again, 81-68 is the score. We thank you for joining us here in the Varsity Media Sports Network, and we look forward to seeing you again tomorrow afternoon.
Parents and athletes, why leave your college career in the hands of amateurs? Varsity Media produces professional college recruiting videos that you can use to help land a spot on the team. Our highlight reels have proven to save thousands of dollars in college tuition. You've worked hard and put the effort into your high school athletic career. Don't take any chances when it comes to your future. Varsity Media has been producing college recruiting videos since 2010. We understand what college coaches are looking for, and our attention to detail on your highlights will separate your resume from others. Stand out from the crowd. We'll help showcase your talents. Contact Varsity Media today and order a college recruiting video.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.